Hey, what's up everyone? Mike with Imperial Tropicals here. Hope everybody's doing good on this Friday. Get you guys on here and then we'll let you guys know what we've been working on this week. Did a lot of work around the field this week, and the guys have been doing some mowing and maintenance around the ponds. Hey, what's up, Ahmad? Here in a few minutes, Drayden is going to show you guys some new fish that we brought in. These are the ones that we keep in the room that we call Guy's room, because Guy's the one that takes care of them. So he's got them in the specimen containers. So we're going to go take a look at those fish here in a little bit. So Tom from Malibu, good old Malibu, Chile man, yo yo. James, what's up, James? Brian P, Chemo. Getting a few Matthews on, Lynn, Manny, Tom, Jack, Salinas, Nashad's on. What's up, Nashad? So, Cat's on. Well, I know it's been a crazy 2020's been it's been a year to remember for sure already. We had this coronavirus that we're still dealing with. In fact, here in Florida, we're having an uptick in cases now that everybody's gone back to kind of their normal routine. So we're trying to tell everybody to still, kind of keep their distance and be careful, because the virus is still out there, and the people that are at high risk, those are the ones that I worry about. So you can see in the picture there, that's the AC unit that we put up last Friday. We're supposed to be getting the filtration for the building and today, but it's not here yet. So Zach and Elijah plumbed the water line all the way to the back here. But this is the reservoir that we'll be pulling the water from. We put a steel cable across it. I'll tell you what I like is the gutters we've got where they come out into this pond from the rain. And we're supposed to be getting some rain this afternoon, so every time it rains, all the water from the building goes into the pond, and that's going to be really nice. All the filtration equipment is going to sit back here on the back pad. But yeah, it's been busy. They got a lot of the tanks plumbed. We're getting close, really close. Hopefully by next Friday we're going to have water in some tanks. So we're getting pretty close. So I see Nicole's on. What's up, Nicole? Rebecca's on. So man, we got the whole crew on. Nice. Guys, if this is your first time watching, every Friday we go live. Been doing it for a long time now. We show everybody updates on what we have going on here at the hatchery, new fish that we're breeding or bringing in. So make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. If you're crazy about fish like we are, then it's pretty entertaining at times. So, oh, Lynn got her fish this morning. Nice. Hey, what's up, Joe? Joe's on. Chevy Fish. Let's go in here and see what Drayden's got. What's up, Drayden?
How's it going?
So I know you guys were wanting to have us go in Guy's room and film, but we lose our signal every time we go in there, so we're going to just kind of do it this way. And Jade's going to tell you a little bit about each fish that we have.
So up first is the Elongatus chilosi. It's an Mbuna species. They're one of the elongatus types, which basically means they're a little bit longer, a little bit more slender, and they don't get as big as other Mbuna, which is good for small tanks. You know, you can keep a group of these in like a 30-gallon, 40-gallon tank, and they'll be just fine.
Yeah, I really like these elongatus types. Real colorful. The colors
Real
are real
colorful, yeah,
vibrant.
and he's a bit stressed out, and they're still a bit young, but you can see the yellow starting to come through in him. Eventually, the dominant males will be yellow and black striped almost completely. So
Nice.
they look pretty nice, and the females do have stripes as well, which is neat. That's one that we keep in Guy's room.
And that's the actual size that we're offering. So
Yep, we're selling these guys right now. They're not breeders or anything, so
yeah.
they're ready to go.
Guys, one day soon we're gonna have all these fish in the warehouse with lighted tanks. It's gonna be so easy just to flip on the camera and be like, here they are.
That's true. All right, you might not be able to see this well, but it's a Callichromis melanostygma, and this is a species of Tanganyikan cichlid. I wonder if we have a light we can shine on it, maybe.
To make the color
Yeah,
spot.
let me get my phone.
Yeah, really nice Tanganyika. I really like these guys. Real peaceful too, right?
Somewhat peaceful. They get a little bit larger than that, probably 5 inches, and they can dominate tanks on the bottom. So they do well with fish that swim above, like Cyprochromis and stuff.
Yeah.
They'd probably be okay with Tropheus too, but let's see if I can.
I know when I kept them before, they seemed not very aggressive, unless they were building their nest.
The nest is really cool, and there's 3 or 4 nests in the tank right now, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not colored up, but they were in the tank, which is a shame.
But they make a really awesome nest, right? So
yeah, the males will dig out like a crater in the tank to spawn in, and then the females hold the eggs for I think 20 days or so. And they're pretty good parents, but you know, in a community they might pick each other off occasionally.
Yeah.
But we've got some males up for sale right now because there's 4 or 5 that have colored up since we got them a few months ago, which is exciting.
What's up, Fish Room Fevers here? Manny Martin says he's got his angels yesterday, doing awesome.
I think Manny got some of those new redback angels, right? See if you
Manny,
like those,
did you? Yeah, you got the redback. The juvies were selling, right?
Ooh, those are awesome. All right, here's another Mbuna. The Metriaclima pulpacan. So they're mostly blue. They get a little bit of a white dorsal fin, black tips on all of the anal fin and caudal fin. But yeah, they're somewhat more aggressive than most Mbuna. So kind of like Demasoni, you're gonna have to be careful what you keep them with.
Yeah.
He's probably half grown right now and already have tremendous color. They get a little bit lighter blue, not so pale. They get a real bright blue.
Yeah. Really nice Mbuna. I know we have a lot of Mbuna keepers that are fanatics about Mbunas, like others are with peacocks. So they have all Mbuna tanks. I always like keeping Mbunas in groups, colonies. I think that's where you get to see the best coloration on the males.
The good thing is a lot of females have color too.
Yeah.
In Mbuna, which is different than peacocks. Here's another Tanganyikan, Neolamprologus cylindricus.
Oh yeah.
Just obviously you know where they get their name. They get probably 6 inches long, but they're not super aggressive. So they're good for a community Tanganyikan tank. They could probably go with peaceful African cichlids, but I'd be hesitant to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, these are just juvies. They don't have much color yet. He keeps trying to swim out the bottom.
They like to hang out on the rocks, so what he's doing, I think, is probably trying to camouflage himself up against the side of the tank like it's a rock.
Yeah.
You'll often find them there, but yeah, they get nice blue fins. Kind of like a frontosa, where he's got blue fins and the stripes, but obviously completely different body shape. Got one more Tanganyikan I want to show you. Neolamprologus burchardi.
Oh yeah.
Someone bought all of our big ones almost immediately, so that's the next big one. But the big.
I had issues with the
All
front.
right, sorry about that. I lost the signal. I had to reconnect. All right.
So yeah, Neolamprologus burchardi, very similar to the poultures we've been selling, obviously, but they have a slightly different face pattern. They've actually got more color in the face, in my opinion. They're usually called the Princess of Burundi, because they're very beautiful. They come from Burundi, Tanganyika. Great community fish, really good parents. They'll actually colony breed and take care of the fry. So you can put a group of them in a 40-gallon breeder and just let them go, and I bet you'd have hundreds in a few months.
Yeah, and that's kind of unique that they don't eat the other parents don't eat the fry.
They're really good about that. So not only a fun project, but a good investment too. If you have a local fish store that will take trade-ins of fish or anything, always like working out deals with local fish stores. Here's another elongatus type called Metrioclima usiciae from Usisia in Malawi. They start out with stripes, kind of like that first one I showed you, but the males will lose the stripes and go almost completely yellow. When I caught him, he was solid yellow, kind of like a yellow lab, but he's darkened up a little bit. Nice jet black fins. Again, he's probably pretty close to full grown, maybe another inch or two on him, but small, somewhat peaceful for an Mbuna. Really nice for smaller tanks or to fill in the gaps if you have a bunch of bigger Mbuna swimming above, like Asai or Rusties or Yellow Labs or something.
Well, I like that they get that bright yellow like the Yellow Labs do.
Yeah, they look really nice.
Lori Vinker's asking if there's any Dovi available. I know we do. What sizes?
Yeah.
Big guys, right?
We've got everything from 3-inch to probably 10-inch.
Yeah.
If you want a sex, just put it in the note. We can't guarantee it, but we do our best.
Yeah.
And the bigger you buy, the better the chance we have to sex it out. We might also have some mini Dovi as well. I've been meaning to check that vat. They're called the sieve cichlid, but if you search Dovi, it should come up on our website as well. And that's another fairly pretty fish that you might want to try. This here's a male Chindongo salazai. It's a male because it's blue and black striped. Females are solid yellow. They all start out as solid yellow, and then the males turn blue, which is kind of unique.
So this is a good story behind this fish. Is that they were, lost in the lake as far as, potentially extinct. They weren't finding them anymore. And they did a reintroduction of this fish back into Lake Malawi. And now they see populations of them now established. So that's a good hobby story that, the hobby helped keep this fish, from disappearing in nature.
Yeah,
so
it's got a slight personal connection to me because my old boss was actually on that expedition.
Yeah.
So he was able to, take some of his specimens back to the lake, and so now, he can say, I put a stamp on this myself, and
yeah,
it was nice to learn that when I was working with him.
Yeah.
We've got another Mbuna that's kind of not yet mature to show, but I figured I'd show it anyway. It's called Pseudotropheus polit, and that's a male right there because he's nice and pale. Females will be pretty drab in color, but the males will actually turn almost a bright solid white with a black face. This is one you're going to want to look up on Google for pictures because I'm not going to get a picture of that. They're not there yet, but one of those fish that, if you know what it is and you know what you're getting.
It's a really nice fish.
Really nice looking fish. Doesn't have the red eyes that an albino does. I know some people like myself are turned off by that, but yeah, they're starting to change, but they're not quite there. He's still showing his stress stripes right now, but you can see how he's getting a little bit white.
Yeah. All right, everybody say hello to Jackson. He came in here to say hey.
Hello.
I don't want to take this guy out because he might jump out, but I figured I'd show these off because it's a really nice barb that I don't think really people know what they are.
Yeah.
This is the tear spot barb. It's a member of the Dawkinsia group, which are, they get pretty big. They like high flow, very clean water. This guy's about half grown, so they'll get about 5-6 inches. He's lost most of his color since I put him in, but they're a really nice
Beautiful fish.
yellow green with bright red fins, and of course the big spot on their tail. So a group of those in a tank like 75 to 100 gallons will look really, really nice. And you do have to have some patience with them because they are slow growers. We've had these, they probably have grown half an inch since I started back in January. But well worth it if you like top schooling fish. And that's all I brought.
Okay. Well, cool. And again, once the warehouse is up, it'll be a lot easier to show you guys all these fish.
We'll just walk you through.
But Jaden wanted to show you guys the fish that are in Guy's room. So that's it. That's some of them. I mean, there's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot more, but
I don't even know how many tanks are in there. 40 or 50 tanks at least. So, but all right. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Jackson, you riding with me? Come over here to the shade so we can see the screen. Alright, I see somebody donated something. I'm just going to keep going down. Caroline saying females are chasing males. Yeah, that's unusual on the rainbow fish. Usually it's the male chasing. But they'll do it. Yeah, Joe, we got your picture up there on the shelf. We had it on Jacob's desk, so Jacob would look at me every day. Oh man, I was missing a whole conversation. Okay, so Ahmad was asking somebody if they were in the fish group. If you guys don't know, we have a Facebook group called Imperial Tropicals Fish Keepers. And if you join that group, you'll be joining a great community of fish keepers that will help, you learn more about the fish that you keep. Also about us. That's why it's called Imperial Tropicals Fish Keepers. We have a lot of our customers that we send to the page so they can learn more. Because if you're successful at keeping the fish that we breed and sell, then you're more likely to stay in the hobby and get enjoyment out of it. It's not very enjoyable if you don't have success. So the group has been awesome. It's just a great group of people. A lot of people on the live feed are also on the group, so join the group. Lynn's reminding everybody about to hit that like button during the live stream. You have to disable the chat and then hit the like button. I mean, come on, YouTube, y'all got to fix that. It's been that way for a long time, but somehow we still get a lot of likes. So I know it's a little bit of trouble, but if you like the video, that helps us know that you guys are enjoying the content that we're showing you guys, A lot of people from Chi-Town up here, Chicago. Alright, I'm trying to catch up. Aquarium Cop was liking the fish that we were showing. I know that's not the ideal way to show the fish, but I thought it was a great idea that Drayton had. He's like, man, we've got these new fish up. We can't show them on the live feed. It's like, what if I go catch up one of each and bring them in there and show them each one? So I thought it was a great that he did that. I can't wait though until the building's up and all we got to do is flip on the camera. So Quentin's on. What's up, Quentin? Quentin saying his unsexed fish arrived Thursday and they're looking good. Nice. Corian Cop says he needs a new koozie. You know what? I know Jake was asking me about ordering some. I don't know if he ordered them yet, but email us and say, hey, y'all guys need to order some more koozies. I forgot to tell you, we did order new hats. So we got new hats in. It does have the gray back on it instead of solid black. And it's a little bit better hat. It's the Richardson brand, which I like better. They don't seem to fade as quick in the sunlight for me. But and we got all sizes on shirts, so Drayden's going to be putting that up today. Appreciate the donation too. We'll throw you a koozie in there on the next time. Mauricio, nice, from Mexico. All right, Quentin, I appreciate that, man. So he's going to be ordering more on Monday. Dragon layers on. Nice. Adrian says that the fish he picked up from you 2 weeks ago are doing great. Hopefully we'll be getting more soon. Greetings from Davenport. You know, it's been nice to be able to have people come back and pick up fish. We're still not doing appointments for like tours, but if you do want to order and pick up to save on the shipping, by all means, just let us know when you place your order and Drayden can set that up for you. And we've had a bunch of people come out in the last 2 weeks, so it's good that the local people that are within driving distance could make the drive out. John Mayberry, happy Friday. Quentin says he's the best group ever. Nice. You know, the whole reason we created that group is, you know, there's some other good groups out there. I'm not going to knock them, but I wanted a group that I felt comfortable that when I sent people to, that they were going to get good advice and they weren't going to be, you know, belittled if they had the wrong mix of fish. Instead of, you know, people, you know, talking smack, they would help them and say, hey, you know, you really shouldn't keep, you know, South American fish with Africans, and educate them. You know, if people come at you hard, then typically the conversation goes south. So so the group's really chill and peaceful. You know, we do have a lot of sellers that have tried to go on there before and sell fish, and we do discourage that. I mean, it's not called Fish Keepers Facebook, it's called Imperial Tropicals. So, you know, we set that up ourselves, and we've got a great team of moderators that you know, make sure that everything is going good, and you know, it's just a fun group. So Kat's asking, how do you let your employees breed fish? Like, does Guy do species that he's interested in inside his room, or do you be like, hey, try to breed these, just curious? So Mike Bernard is a full-time breeder. We also have he also does other things besides just breed. He also has been helping us keep up with all these orders the last few months. But Mike breeds most of the South American centrals. What else does he have? He's got all types of fish. He's got some West Africans, and you know, then we have Mark. He breeds most of the Malawi Africans, and then outside of, and those are the two main breeders. Outside of that, the other, everybody's in charge of their own room. Like, so in the room next to me right here, Elijah takes care of that, and he actually breeds you know, 4 or 5 types in that room, bigger fish, like bigger centrals. But yeah, I think the cover photo, in fact, of the one that I'm using as a screenshot on this video, it's a anomaly, the Nanacara. It's a little small dwarf cichlid. Sarah had seen some on Aquabid, and it's like, hey, can we get these and try to breed them? So we got some a few months back, and and we just got our first batch of eggs on Monday. So Sarah also helps out. She takes care of the shrimp and the snails, and you know, she helps Mike out in the breeding room with breeding. But what I like to do in the future, once we're in the warehouse, is we're going to take like Guy's room. Oh yeah, I didn't even talk about Guy's room. Guy has a few fish in there that are growing up for breeders. Like he's got the L46 zebra plecos in his room, and he's been taking care of them for the last year. They're very slow growers, but they're getting very close to breeding. But once the new building is up, we're going to pull all the fish out of Guy's room, except the L46s, and we're going to convert that room into a breeding room for the L numbers. And then, you know, Guy will be, you know, breeding the different L numbers. And but for sure, if somebody working here is interested in breeding a fish, then we go get that fish and we let them work on it. So everybody here kind of dabbles with the breeding and gets their hands wet, you know. So Avenge Revolutions asking, will you guys ever carry pike cichlids? So we've carried them a few times in the past. I love the pikes. So we will be definitely carrying a lot of different pike cichlids in the future. We just got to get this building done. We got to start bringing in from Brazil and Peru and Colombia, where all the nice pikes come from. There's not too many of them bred in captivity. So that is a fish that, you know, we get some nice ones. We'll say, hey, let's breed them. My friend bred the red Atabapo pike cichlids a number of years ago, and so I know that we can breed them. So not only will we be working on breeding some, but we'll be bringing in wild caught. Joe's asking, how often will we be doing water changes in the house? You know, we haven't decided, Joe. It's really going to just depend on the densities in the tanks, but probably twice a week, I would think, at least. We're going to probably be just kind of experimenting in the beginning with that filtration system. It's going to take a lot of tweaking until we get it just right. But I'd say 2 water changes a week would be plenty. You know, might even be able to where we could just do 1 water change a week. Fish Room Fevers talking about an Atlanta meetup. That'll be nice. Caroline likes seeing the fish in containers. Chad Blockinger's asking about larger 5-inch Africans. We got a bunch. I went to the room this morning and I saw a lot of big peacocks and haps. So they're on the website. I know it's a little bit difficult. You got to click on each one to see the different sizes, so it doesn't sort by sizes. But I bet you if you email Drayden, he could tell you what big peacocks we have. But right now we've got some big ones right now. Aquarium Cop's asking about coolie loaches. So we're still not importing any loaches right now. So it's just kind of difficult with this coronavirus. There's not a lot of flights coming in, and the freight has gotten really, really high. So so we haven't brought in any loaches, and that's where all the loaches come from. But it shouldn't be too much longer. So Drayden answered some of the questions already, so that's good. Ahmad, it won't be a continuous water change system like the vats are. The vats are continuous water. You know, they're getting about 30% exchanged every day. In the tanks, we should be able to just do, you know, a few automated water changes like twice a week is what I'm hoping for. So the water going into the pond is going through a degassing stage and stripping the gases out of the water. We use well water, so no chlorine. And then it'll be live water, what I call living water. Water that comes straight from the ground is sterile water. So this will be live water. So it'll be good, great for the fish. You can put them straight in. So Quentin's asking about sulfur heads. If you're talking about sulfur head peacocks, I know that we had trouble breeding them. I think it was late fall. We had to start over, but I know we should be getting pretty close. If Drayton hasn't already answered you, that's something we can put on our list to check. I know we've got some growing up, so. Oh yeah, Dragon Layer's asking who's the new sidekick. I don't know if you're talking about this one or Drayden, but this is my son Jackson, and then Drayden was in there showing us the new fish. Kimberly's asking if we can help stock a 55 aquarium with fish compatible with the angel fish you have. Oh yeah, there's a lot of fish that could go with your angels. So you could email us, Kimberly, and Drayden could give you some ideas. But also on the group, the group is really good about helping with compatibility. James says we limited mod to 20 comments per live video. That's funny. That's funny. Any more banana plants? It's been a while since we had banana plants. That's something we could put on our list. We get most of our plants from a nursery. We do grow some plants, but most of them from a friend of mine that has a nursery. So I know they're kind of seasonal, the banana plants. So it's something we could check on to see if they're available. Kimberly's saying, wow, that's nice. Some operation you have there. Well, thank you. Just placed an order today. Can't wait to get them. Nice. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate the support. And guys, if you're new to ordering from us, which I don't think Kimberly, I think I've seen her name on the group before, but just read the reviews. Go to Google, go to Facebook. I mean, these aren't our reviews; these are customer reviews. So we're pretty good at what we do, and if there ever is a problem, we make it right. Kimberly's saying it's the first time watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and you'll get a notification. Yeah, Len Drayton's very knowledgeable. He's like a little whiz kid with the fish. So everybody working here is very knowledgeable. I mean, a lot of the people working here had a passion for fish before they ever came here, and then they just kind of followed their dreams and ended up here. Cat's asking if Jackson's playing any baseball. He's been practicing with his team, but no tournaments for his age group. Cole has a tournament this weekend, though, his first tournament. So Harvey's asking about the Ophilampa tilapia. You can ask Drayden. Maybe yeah, he's asking you to shoot him an email. So I know we're working on them. Manny said he keeps Severins and Ikaras with his angels. Yeah, that's a good mix. Mama Mia saying, hi Jackson, happy early Father's Day. So that is my Father's Day gift is my kids. I just have so much fun. We've been doing a lot of canoeing, kayaking. We caught a golden gar, didn't we, Jackson? Mm-hmm. So we had a busy summer already. All right, so Drayden said they tried to get some banana plants this morning and they were out. So shouldn't be much longer. They'll start, coming back in. Avenged Revolution is looking for a medium size predatory fish. Well, I mean, most of the pikes get pretty big. There is some dwarf species of pikes, but they could be just as mean as the big guys. But we'll be getting a pretty big selection. I do know the Regani types are small. So I've got, and as far as small predator fish, I'm sure Drayden could probably give you some ideas on what we could, put in there in your tank for small predator fish. I know we've got some that stay like in the 4 to 5 inch range that are predator fish, Good. Ahmad said 4.9 on Google. Unfortunately, some phony comments on it. Yeah, that I haven't had it in a long time, but we had some other sellers that were trying to bring us down, but they didn't. So Every donation gives a mod more comments. That's funny. Oh, Oliver's on. Nice. Oliver, you done missed. They've been busting on a mod. Dominic says he got his Azurius today. He's albino. Well, that don't sound right. They shouldn't be albino. I haven't seen any albino Azurius come out of our stock. Send us a picture. Email Drayden. Send him a picture. Denver Long's asking about the Star Sapphire. So, I don't want to say we were the first ones, really to make them available, because there were some strains coming in from Germany, and then there was a lot of breeders. I say a lot. There was several breeders in the U.S. breeding the Star Sapphire before me, and then what we did is we took the Star Sapphire, we took it, and we started, breeding them like crazy. In fact, a lot of the Star Sapphires you see out there came from us, so I know there were some German strains that were coming in, but the Star Sapphire is not as easy to breed. They're kind of seasonal breeders, and so we had to figure out what they like, and they're still not that easy because I'm out of them right now myself. So we had to gather up all the stock that we had, and start over, but at least I had some good stock. So it shouldn't be too much longer in the Star Sapphires, but they're not easy to breed. That's one reason they're not so available. Carrie saying order came in great. Nice. Oliver saying the Elongi are doing great, smashing food, super active. Now Raymond wants the Tropheus colony. The Tropheus are awesome, and the Elongi types are one of the most colorful. So I know they don't have much color yet, but that's a really nice Tropheus type. Yeah, Ali Sean saying the Rigani is a great looking fish. They're great. Yeah, I like them. They're little guys, but they are mean. Dominic saying the white lips came in today. He's doing really good. Nice. Do we have any tuber flex worms? No, we don't, but it's a great starter food for fry. We do Moena culture and baby brine. That's the majority, and we have some powder fry foods, but I do like the tuber flex worms. Ali Sean's currently breeding some gizzle. The gizzle are really nice. It's another one that's hard to breed, and we're getting some of those available too. Oh, Cat's saying he's got an extra male Star Sapphire. Nice. Holly Rogers saying some of the most beautiful fish in my tanks came from you. Keep up the great fish work. Nice, Holly. I like hearing that. Any polystigmas? I had them back in the 70s. It's a really nice fish. We have one polystigma that's been in a tank growing up. That was kind of a came in with another batch of fish, but that is a nice fish. I think when the building's up, I'll definitely be getting in some polystigmas to work on. Yeah, Drayden's telling you we've got one. It's a female about 4 inches. Yeah, we got lots of Livingstone Avenutus. So guys and gals, I appreciate you joining us today. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate all the support that you guys given us. And Jackson's hanging on up here like a monkey. So thank you for the happy Father's Day wishes, and happy Father's Day to all fathers out there. Enjoy the time with your family. The kids are growing so fast that we've got to make sure that we take plenty of time out to help them grow into the best human beings possible. So everybody have a good weekend, and do something fun this weekend with your family, and we'll be back next week. Thank you guys. Have a good weekend.